Aldershot, try outside the main doors into the guild.
You looking to make a few coins? I had, I got close to a lady of the night, and I seem to have misplaced my ceremonial silk knife. If I don't get one before inspection, my superior will kill me. I'll pay 100 for one if you can get it for me. You should shop around, though. Some stalls are cheaper than others. Please, bring me the knife. I'd go myself, but I can't abandon my post.
Instead of hanging around here, why don't you go speak to Arasad?
My weapons are the finest around, and unlike Morphew, I respect my patrons.
Welcome, welcome.
If you need armor, try Akram's stall. You can get elixirs really cheap from Rabath. If you need armor, try Akram's stall.
We may be besieged, but I won't tolerate any transgressions in my city.
Always good to see you, friend. Surely, my friend, you tire of trawling the city streets in search of someone to buy your unwanted goods. Look no further. I will buy quality goods from you at prices that are more than fair. Bring your unwanted goods to me. Always good to see you, friend.
Wonder who has a key for the Arcanum. Locked! I really hope I didn't accidentally smash the key for this door. This challenge needs a stronger warrior.
These bastards keep putting the price of food up.
Follow this path and continue on up the stairs, and you'll find Arashad. I hear that Rabath pays a high price for poultices and ingredients. This siege is really cutting into my stocks.
Arashad, you scoundrel. Has no one in your employ managed to kill you yet?
Khalik, you rabid dog, they said you were dead.
I was for a while, but you know how it is.
Faked your own death, eh? Didn't think you had it in you.
Some days, I surprise even myself.
You have questions?
Where is Nemik now? We have unfinished business.
He rarely leaves the Guild of Steel since seizing control from you. You must seek him there. But they will hardly let you in the front door.
Fine. What do you need me to get?
I didn't say anything.
Merchant, you think you're so clever. Just tell me what you need from the Guild of Steel and I'll get it for you.
You have questions?
How fares your guild these days, Arashad?
Alas, 'Tis a bad time to be a Tholian merchant. The city is surrounded by a horde of nomads intent on sacking it. Terrible things lurk in the shadows of the catacombs. On the other hand, Guild of Silk profits are up this quarter. Nothing like a siege to drive up the price of food, huh? What do you need?
How is the Duke faring as intendant?
Better than I would like. He overthrew my father as intendant. I had no love for my father, but he was bloodkin, you know? I do not trust the Duke, and not just because he's in the Order of the Veil. Everyone knows the Order is just the thin veneer of respectability the Inquisition uses to cloak its institutional corruption. Thol would be better off without him.
On that, we are of one mind, Arishad.
How can I help?
What do you need from my guild house?
When he defeated my father and became intendant, Darmok also took something. A sword, a family heirloom, you might say. It was given to my father by my grandfather, and to him by his father before him. Darmok gave it to the mercenaries as a gift, to secure his alliance with them. But the sword is mine by right of birth, and I want it back. Take this key. It will open the cellar to the Guild of Steel. The sword will be down there somewhere, I'm certain. Far too valuable as a bargaining chip for anyone to be wielding it. Find the sword and bring it back to me. I will pay you 200 in return. You will know it by the engraved pattern of 2 entwined serpents on the hilt and blade.
Returning your sword is a fair price for getting me back into my guild. Consider it done.
Please, ask your questions.
Do you have any need for my skills?
I am in need of some assistance, actually. I've lost a few merchants to aphotic spider attacks at night. Nasty creatures. And recently hiding in every shadow, it seems. Please, ask your questions.
Aphotic spiders can hardly be a threat to me. What will you give me for slaying them?
I can pay you 50 for 10 spider carcasses. Search inside the burial grounds, southwest of the market. They seem to be infesting there in great numbers. You have questions?
How long till Thol falls for want of food?
Hard to say, really. Possibly a year? If a sandstorm forces the nomads to retreat, even longer. Not to mention that the Intendant is an excellent gate weaver. He may have means to help us beyond even this. It's an inconvenience, but there are bigger dangers within the walls than without. What do you need?
Who has a key to the Arcanum?
No one in my guild, I think. I'd be surprised if the Guild of Steel have one either. There is a hooded mage who enters there sometimes, but I know of no one else who goes there. How can I help?
Weapons, armor, supplies, the best prices, unbeatable quality.
Save your patter for the wayfarers, Morphew.
Calig, always a pleasure. What can I get you today?
You know anything useful, Morphew?
Tell you what, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. I need to collect the weekly tariffs from Wani and Rabarth and Tesset, only they're never keen to pay up. Someone like you could compel their compliance rather well, don't you think? If you get the money, I'll tell you something useful. Weapons, armor, supplies, excellent prices, superb quality.
How's the siege affecting everyone?
Many fled before it began, but our guilds are kind of stuck here. It's not exactly a ghost town, but it's eerie seeing the old hostel abandoned. No one's been inside since, well, since I don't know when. Weapons, armor, supplies. Come back soon. Weapons, armor, supplies.
No one beats me on price, friend. Come back when you need more armaments.
I'm here to collect a tariff for Morphew.
For pity's sake, again?
Hand it over or I'll take it from your cold, dead hands.
Don't hurt me. It's not worth me life. Just take it and leave.
Wise choice.
Your customer's always welcome. Ah, what do you have for me? Think of me when you have goods you do not need.
These are dangerous times for one without sufficient protection. Come, sample my fine wares.
An Ishkai and a human skeleton. What happened here?
You came back? Wonderful!
What do you know of the skeletons in the old hostel?
This is the first I've heard of this. The other merchants had more to do with the hostel than I did, though. Weapons, armor, supplies.
Tell me about the Sura mercenary who came to town.
Don't know anything useful about that, I'm afraid, but I'll bet someone in town does. Weapons, armor, supplies. Always a pleasure.
What do you have for me?
Tell me what you know about the bodies in the old hostel.
There are dead bodies in that place. Honestly, you'd think someone from the guild would have noticed. I suppose the building has been abandoned for a while now. Haven't seen anyone go inside since the siege started. What do you have for...
Tell me about the Sura mercenary who came to town.
I remember seeing the Sura mercenary talking to Feyruz before he left. And Feyruz looked mighty pleased about it too. Please, if you speak to Feyruz, don't mention I said anything. I want nothing to do with the Sura, now or ever. What do you have for me? Think of me when you have goods you do not need.
I'm here to collect the tariff for Morphew.
Oh, is it time for that already? Very well, here you go.
Well, that was easier than I expected.
Take care, friend.
Morphew sent me to collect the tariff.
Ah, I had wondered about that. Please, give Morphew my regards.
Thanks, bootlicker.
You are back so soon. Good, good.
Tell me what you know about the bodies in the old hostel.
I can only tell you about the hostel itself, I'm afraid. When your guild hired mercenaries from out of town, they'd stay there. I think Rabath had a deal with the owner at one point. He might know more. Back so soon. Good, good.
Tell me about the Sura mercenary who came to town.
I wasn't even in town when it happened. You'll have to ask elsewhere. Welcome, welcome. You are
Always good to see you, friend.
Tell me what you know about the bodies in the old hostel.
No idea what happened at the hostel. I used to deliver food there, back before the siege. But I haven't been inside since that Sura warrior went there. I don't think anyone has. Always good to see you, friend.
Tell me about the Sura mercenary who came to town.
He came through the gates, went to the hostel, and left. That's all I know, really. I was just glad to see him leave town, to be honest. Always good to see you, friend. Take care, friend. What do you... your customers are always welcome.
back again, I see.
Tell me what you know about the bodies in the old hostel.
That used to be a flophouse for mercenaries from out of town. Other than that, I don't know anything about it. Helms, mail.
Tell me about the Sura mercenary who came to town.
Can't tell you anything about the Sura, I'm afraid. I never get too close to them. When you've been a merchant for as long as I have, you learn when to keep your distance from their kind. Helms, mail.
May you prevail in all your battles, my friend.
Best weapons in the Outlands are right here on my stall.
Tell me what you know about the bodies in the old hostel.
I don't know anything about that. Ask Rabat. He dealt with the owner. No one beats me on price, friend.
Tell me about the Sura mercenary who came to town.
No, I don't know anything about that.
You didn't seem to try very hard. Perhaps you need some help remembering.
I said I don't know anything. Now, if you aren't buying anything, be on your way. No one beats me on price, friend. May all your endeavors be fruitful.
Back so soon. Good, good.
Did Fairuz have dealings with Asura?
I wouldn't put it past him, but I'm afraid I've no idea what happened that day. Welcome, welcome. Stay safe, traveler.
Always good to see you, friend.
Did Fairuz have dealings with Asura?
No doubt about it. That Sura definitely gave something to Farouz before leaving town. But if he asks, you didn't hear that from me. Always good to see you, friend. Take care, friend. Bring your unwanted goods to me.
Did Fairuz have dealings with Asura?
Other than seeing him talk to that one Sura mercenary that one time, I've no idea. Ah, what the... Think of me when you have goods you do not need.
Back again, I see.
Did Fairuz have dealings with Asura?
I don't really know what Fairuz gets up to, but he sure had a lot of silver on him that day the Sura was in town. You don't think... No, forget I asked. I don't want to know. Helms, Mayor. May you prevail in all your battles.
Best weapons in the Outlands are right here on my stall.
You made a deal with Asura. Tell me what it was or I'll beat it out of you.
Don't hurt me. I just arranged the messenger, I swear. Kench, the woman who ran the hostel, she asked me to get a message to the one-eyed Sura warrior. He paid me in silver for informing him. But I was only doing what Kench asked of me. You have my word. No one beats me on price, friend.
What did Kench want with Asura?
She sold him out. The Ishkai, who was living there, betrayed him to save her own neck. You wouldn't know to look at her, but Kench brokered contracts for mercenaries all around the heretic kingdoms. Before she came to Thol, she hired the one-eyed Sura, but the job went sour. Her employer was slain, and the Sura was never paid. If there's one thing you don't do in the mercenary business, it's welsh on a debt to a Sura warrior. I guess she saw handing over the Ishkai as a way to wipe out her debts. Best weapons in the out. No one be...
Urshak, come out from whence thee hides. Thou hast misplaced thy trust in thy friend, Kench. She betrayed thee. Yet another letter. So, she did not betray thee, and thou hast guarded her fallen remains since thy death. How touching. Come, spirit. Thy vigil has ended. Join me. That soul is mine now.
I suppose it's good to have reinforcements.
I shall be glad of a puppet who understands the merits of attacking at a distance.
Was that a dig at me?
Perish the thought!
This challenge needs a stronger warrior.
Thou shalt never overcome me. Thou art already dead.